Hello and happy new year and welcome to the first Myriad of Chains episode of 2023.
Happy New Year!
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year. Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
So what is going to happen this year? What do you think, guy? Is AI gonna take control of the universe? Is the portal gonna open to a new world? Will we discover an extraterrestrial species that have their brains on the blockchain? Let's talk about it
Bad
and
idea
let's
for
talk
mine.
about the current state of the industry and why the bear market could be good or not. And well, as usual, I'm gonna throw the ball to our friend Dicentricity. Dicentricity, Pandusa, so where do you? Go ahead, talk to us.
I will. Good morning, everybody. Yay! It's a Happy New Year, and we are live from Europe right now. I am in the Netherlands for some reason, for some weird reason, and I'm I'm very concerned about all the honestly the government overreach here, but like it's I prefer the U.S. I prefer Miami, obviously, but like that's fine. You got to do what the Romans do, and the Romans lived here, so it's fine. Europe, I'm in Europe. I'd like to start by. Oh, by the way, there's a European here. There's an actual European here. Can we switch places, Danny? I'm missing
And so
eating
you're
food.
you're just telling me that you're preferring the East Coast of the U.S. with sun all the time and coconut trees and
East Coast South, which is Miami.
East Coast
Yes.
South. Yeah, yeah. So you're preferring this to like gray weather and a lot of bicycles.
Uh, yeah, the bicycles are. I'm okay with the bicycles as long as they don't hit me like outright, not head on. I try to be careful. They have the right of way everywhere, by the way, like even in the
Hmm.
sidewalks. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
it's it's very interesting. I'm in the Netherlands, by the way. You guys can't tell. I love it here. I'm hoping to meet up with crypto people here. If you're a crypto person in the Netherlands or in Europe, anywhere, let me know. At least the trains are better here than in the US, so I can just like go wherever you are. But like, so if you're a member of the audience, let me know. I am free to talk, and I'm happy to talk about how all of our myriad solutions would help you gain actual freedom instead of this fake freedom that's given to you. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, bring the American brand of freedom to the rest of the world. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously sort of like sometimes America centric and also Asia centric. But like it's something universal. The rights of humans to be humans, right? So the rights to not host or not host, right, to control your own identity online, that I think is universal. So I'm really keen on discussing today because actually there's a ton of things I'm seeing online about let me start sharing my screen about a few things
Go ahead.
that actually I actually read this on Myriad. I didn't read this on Reddit or Twitter. I didn't realize this was happening, Danny. So first of all, this Pornhub users in Louisiana have to submit
Yes.
government ID to access the site.
Oh, I heard
Then
about
this,
that one.
I didn't hear, like, I don't know, maybe I've been living under a rock for the last few days because I was busy with other things. But can you actually, Danny, like, can you tell me more about what's happening here? Because I haven't read the
Uh,
Reddit article.
this is this is pretty funny because, well, you know, it's pretty much what it is, right? But this is pretty funny that it comes from some Louisiana. I thought you would have to send her your beads or something to to make sure you're
What
over
beads?
18. Yeah, beads.
I don't get
But
it, but okay.
you know, like when you have Mardi Gras and
Oh,
you get the bead necklace. Anyway, so the thing is, okay, this is super interesting
hmm.
because I had a conversation with a good friend of mine who was also French and who brought that up. Um, Porn is porn, right? It's gonna be there whether we like it or not. And for those who were just getting started with IT and stuff like that, like We need to remember that porn has been a major driver for innovation since time immemorial. A credit card payment online, live webcams and streaming, content management systems, deployment
Hmm.
for several type of website. I mean, they have been leading technologically because there is a huge chunk of money in that industry, obviously.
Hmm.
It's also why we have DVDs over other formats. It's also why I think we have VHS. I mean, like the porn industry is extremely powerful, and it would just be natural if it came to blockchain, right?
True.
And what we were talking about is like how do we do to keep the space clean, and how do
Hmm.
we KYC someone who is how to make sure that someone is actually of age with blockchain solutions. And then we were talking about fractional KYC, having token which have fields that can actually deliver a boolean for something like age, and other, other legal restrictions when it comes to using products. And I think it actually fits in the general mood at of the beginning of the year. Yesterday there was a Twitter space with Ilya about the whole near ecosystem, and we were talking about regulations.
Wait, Danny,
Uh,
Danny, Danny. Wait, wait,
mm.
wait, 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 wait. What's happening here? That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking about blockchain and porn. I'm asking what's happening here. I haven't read any
Let's
extract.
just look at the article. To be honest, I haven't read the article. It's just a headline.
Okay, okay. So is this the article? That's ironic.
See?
I don't have a Reddit login. I hate Reddit. So I'm sorry, man. Like I can't. Yeah, no, no, man. I'm not over 18.
uh, I think you still can see it. Now you can't see it. Okay.
No, no. Blocked, blocked.
Oh, the
So
thing is,
anyway,
I won't.
just okay. So here, I actually haven't read the article,
Mm,
but I've heard chatter about it in my Telegram groups. So I'm just gonna talk about the chatter.
mm, mm,
Um, what's weird about the chatter this time is the conservatives are pro this, and this is pure government overreach, submission of government identity to access Pornhub, and obviously the track here, like basically the thing that they're using for justification is of course to protect children, right? So that kids cannot, like, if you're not over 18, you wouldn't be able to
mm.
access the Pornhub site, but you do that by submitting government ID. So uh, uh so there's a bunch of debates. Again, having not read the article, I'm not going to comment too much. But like, there's been a lot of debates on those groups about like, and it's all like in all my conservative groups are fighting, like are infighting right now.
Yeah.
Well, my Republican groups, my Libertarian groups are infighting right now because like this is a question that honestly, like, it's not really answerable in the confines of like one podcast, but like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think, Danny? Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Like, where do you stand for in your opinion? I would
Where, in
like
my
to talk about.
opinion, where do I stand? Okay. As a dude who had access to porn since he was on the internet, because that's the first thing you do when you're a boy and when you get the internet, right? Um, and I was like 14 at the time or something, so it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
Um, the first thing I think is we must find a way to restrict access to porn by children. This is
Okay.
absolutely right. The problem with porn, and I have talked to young people about it, and I'm talking about educational talks, right? before anyone labels me as a creep, because the internet is the internet. So I've talked to people like 20 something years old, 80 something years old, and their views of what interpersonal relationships and intimacy should be are completely skewed by porn, and their
Because of
expectations
porn.
are completely skewed by porn. And if you go to Reddit or to other online platforms, when there is youth that talk about porn and relationship and stuff like that, you'll see that a part of the youth actually is rebelling, revolting about this omnipresence of porn in on the
Mm,
internet, and
mm.
is even like self-regulating, self-educating about like not thinking that this is real life, which is already cool. Now, we
Mm,
must limit, but
mm.
how we must limit, I always think that it must come from the parents, it must come from education, it must come from technological situation, a solution, sorry, that can actually help monitor your child's access to internet, at least before they are of age. But this is extremely
Uh,
difficult. Now, submitting, I just read the article because it's as straightforward as I thought it was. They say like, oh, we don't keep your data, blah 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 blah. It's from reputable providers. You don't know. So what my porn preferences are could be. I'm gonna say something super controversial right now. Okay. Um,
yep.
physical attraction is not racism, right?
Shut up.
Your
Why
balls
is that? Wait, wait.
think
Why is that
independently from your
controversial?
brain.
Your boss thinking
Mm.
about. Okay, that's not
I've
controversial.
seen it.
That's just crude, but
I've
that's
seen
not
it create a
controversial at
lot of
all.
controversy. Like even years ago, I've seen it create a lot of controversy. But your balls thinks apart from your brain. And what if there is some marketing agency? What is there is some HR agency that run a psych test on me and see that I'm not attracted to a specific ethnic group, for instance, and labels me as a racist. I mean, that could completely fucking happen.
That's actually that could completely happen. Honestly, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh,
just
fuck yeah.
because just because like my nether parts have
Oh,
a life on
oh,
their own,
dude. You'd be homophobic if you don't like homo porn. Danny.
right? In certain spheres, I would be totally transphobic because I'm sorry, I don't look at trans porn. I'm not interested in it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what,
yeah,
what
yeah.
if
You,
if there is any
you don't
agency that
like the
harvests
lady
my
dick?
data? Yeah,
I'm sorry.
well,
I just
well,
said
maybe
the word code.
occasionally,
No,
but not 100% of the time.
it's fucking
But
disgusting,
you
man.
see what I
I'm
mean. You,
sorry.
you see the actual problem that there is there. So I'm completely in favor of restricting access under the legal age of consent, at least.
Okay, no,
At
no,
least.
no. I'm
But
what I'm hearing is like you're okay with it philosophically, but like from an executional perspective, this is the worst thing to go about it.
yeah,
But how do you like attest? Like, how do you attest for age if it's not government ID then?
this is something we need to figure out as an industry,
So there's
and this is
actually
why
no answer
there is no
besides the
answer
wrong
yet.
one. There's no answer
There's
besides the wrong one. So in my opinion, honestly, I'm of like a more the libertarian standpoint. Like in my opinion, obviously, I'm more libertarian than conservative actually. And this is like this is actually the rare topic where libertarians and conservatives are like not aligned at all. Um, this is a slippery slope. Having people submit government ID to access the site, that is that starts something. That really starts something. That actually starts like even if they do CPID, they delete it from their servers. Even if they get audited for it to make sure that they delete the identity document from the server, it's still a slippery slope because it creates a precedent for people for companies to request government ID, and that is still like. that's iffy. I mean, there should be an alternative. And I know this only says Pornhub, but is it only applicable for Pornhub or for any porn site then? Like
Like right now,
you
what
read
I've
the
read
article.
from the article is just Pornhub.
Okay, so that's fine. But like, if this becomes
All
a
right, go back to it.
precedent, this is gonna get applied to all the other porn sites. Like anyone who actually wants to create a porn site, first of all,
Oh,
has to submit government ID proof that their users are of age.
well, I was wrong. It's for any website that contains 33.3% or more pornographic
See,
material
see,
Why
my
thirty three
point,
point
my
three?
yeah, okay, but whatever. But like, see,
because it's a
this
law.
is that's fucked up. That's actually a regulation that first of all allows and then forces certain types of websites to get government ID from their users, dox their users if need be. Like, I'm not saying they're gonna dox, but if they get hacked, they'll dox a lot of people. This is bad. In my opinion, this is bad. And I think people are too like okay. Obviously, I want to protect children, and I have like I don't have kids, but I do have like a nephew and niece that I really really dearly love. But this is not the way to go about it because like to be frank, um, kids these days, like even in Louisiana, they would still be able to find like use a VPN to connect or find other ways to get porn. There are other ways to get porn, and they're more dangerous. Honestly, you can go to the dark web. They can go to like chat rooms. They can. It's. This is actually not fixing a problem. It's creating a problem more than it's fixing. And the problem that it's creating is going to be a generational problem because it's going to, in my opinion, again, in my opinion, we might have different conversations about this, but in my opinion, this is putting power, too much power, in the hands of government and big porn. Sorry, big porn,
It's
Big
not
big
just
porn.
tech,
government. It's
big
big
porn.
whatever. It's whoever
Yeah.
has access to this.
Yeah.
And first off, I'm not gonna. I know that Pornhub has a super PR, right? But
Hmm.
let's not forget all the problem they went through. They had to clean up their whole website because there was underage porn. They were sued for sex trafficking.
Hmm.
I mean, like for publishing porn that was the result of sex trafficking and all that. Which, okay, given the volume and given that it's curated, that was waiting to happen. Okay, but
Hmm.
I'm not gonna trust Pornhub on for my identity. I'm not trusting Facebook or Google or whoever for my identity already. I'm not gonna trust Pornhub for that. And
Right. That's the thing, right? Like, okay, so horny guys who are access guys and girls like equal opportunity, right? Who are accessing Pornhub now, like, if they're in Louisiana, they need to like dox themselves to a website that they don't 100% trust and they only access and in incognito mode anyway. You access a website that is accessed in incognito mode like probably 80% of the time is asking for KYC.
yeah,
That alone is bad.
it is, and given, like, if you go down the timeline, if you go down to my, like, the links I share, like Meta has leaked 500,000 accounts again, and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? I don't remember. I think it's Tinder, or maybe not Tinder, but there was a dating app that leaked
Probably not Tinder.
health details from person who were infected with
Uh,
HIV, and
Ashley
this
Ashley Madison was really bad. Like that was a few years ago though. Ashley
yeah.
Madison actually focused on affairs, so it was really bad because everything got leaked. But yeah, I mean, point is, we're not saying that blockchain is perfect. We're not saying that crypto is perfect. There has been a lot of privacy leaks. What we're saying is like what I'm saying at least is that systems have problems right
Yeah.
now, and when you do go decentralized, there are ways in the decentralized in decentralized architecture to solve this. But honestly, you have to be like I have to be 100% honest. That doesn't apply to all decentralized systems, all decentralized platforms. Some decentralized platforms are still vulnerable to this, like to leaks like this. So I'm actually really concerned. This brings me to something that's unrelated to this, but actually related in the way that it's related to KYC. We're going to see a lot of crypto regulation soon because of what happened with FTX and what happened last year.
Yeah, circling
And
back to what I was saying earlier, right?
yes, 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 yes. So
Mm.
this is the danger to this. Like this, when we accept, like when society accepts that you're going to get KYC online constantly, when that is accepted, that is actually giving power away from you. Like it's allocating power, like literally away from you, instead of like it's no, you're no longer the sovereign. The state is the sovereign. The big tech people are the sovereign. This might be just a, like a little funny porn headline, like a porn related headline that people read during breakfast. But like if we're at the cusp of either a turning point or just business as usual. But the business as usual part is you will own nothing um, and be happy.
The owning nothing is very interesting, and not even your own identity. Owning nothing, we're already in it. Like whatever product you use, that if you
The
have a subscription from your Steam library to your Spotify library, or you own nothing of
Yeah,
what's in your digital library.
that's World Economic Forum stuff. Like
Yeah.
you know what I quoted, right? That's a quote directly from like. Oh, you don't know the reference then? You will own nothing and be happy.
You
Yeah.
know,
Anyway, like look it up. I think it's still Googleable or use DuckDuckGo or whatever. Like the World
own
Economic
nothing
Forum.
and be happy, comrade. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bad joke. Bad joke.
it's really bad. It's terrible. Like that's. I'm
Okay.
very concerned about the world, my friend. This is 2023. This is the New Year's, and I'm very concerned about the world. And now this, like even Louisiana, even the conservatives are not immune from it. I'm
Mm.
literally in the conservative community, and they're not immune to it.
I'm gonna
It
tell
just takes
you.
a hot button issue. It just takes a hot button issue for you to relinquish your privacy rights and give your government ID to a fucking porn site. Sorry,
I'm gonna no,
sorry.
but this is no, but this is really you. I completely understand that you're mad because I'm mad too. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. We've had as a society one major challenge since we and since we were starting to be aware of what identity means, when we were aware of what possession means. This is mine, so I have to prove that me is me, right?
Mm, mm,
How do you prove that you are you? And at this point, we there is no way right now to prove that you are yourself in a self-sovereign fashion. The country you live in is the custodian of your identity. That's a fact, right? Now, there is this fantastic. Uh, it's both a running experiment and a thriving industry that is crypto. And during year 2022, it has proven many times, right, that without proof of identity, you don't have responsibility over your actions. 2022 has managed to bite itself in its own ass with Terra Luna and with FDX and with all those like catastrophic bad actors going rug pull, going Ponzi, going whatever to basically like crash the market they were thriving on, right? And they gave the
mm.
proof to crypto detractors that you need that your identity cannot be self-custodial. So the challenge of 2023, and this is exactly, I'm actually summing up what you're saying. The challenge of 2023 is to prove not only the market, like for ourselves, but to prove the world outside that what we are doing is valuable. From NFTs to identity management to financial solutions to actual non-financial solution. Like this year is a year of building and a year of rebuilding, and it's going to be crucial in the evolution of the industry. And we'd better get at it like quick and try to find answers quick.
And and that actually goes back to what I was saying, awareness of it. Like it's not just crypto, it's awareness
Yeah.
of like whether you're This is an awareness play. This is like a mass communication play, and we're not actually equipped to do mass communications because we're 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 tech people, Danny. Right? We're not PR people. Like this is what depresses me about the world. More and more, the awareness is not shifting towards the like awareness to have self sovereignty. And this is not just for crypto, like self sovereignty anywhere. It's like about like it's more about like giving up your right for free speech, for example, so we can combat fake news, for example. Like like even people like who I respect, people who are my favorite sci-fi authors, are now pro censorship, and it's because now misinformation is dangerous.
Hmm.
So I mean,
I'm gonna go
bro,
further
that's
than you. I'm gonna
yeah.
go for once.
But
I'm
wait,
gonna
I
be
haven't
more
finished,
radical than
bro.
you.
Bro, I haven't finished. I haven't
Sorry,
finished.
sorry. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And we're just talking about free speech then, but like
Hmm.
this is like literally like taking your ID and like doxing you, right? It's not just free speech. So we're the society is starting to be okay, and especially like one part of society is starting to be okay with pure censorship, censoring you to not speak because what you say can be misinformation, right? And who determines what's misinformation? Oh, this group of people is going to determine that it's misinformation, right? And that takes a back. Then free speech takes a backseat to that, right? Then that's just one phase. This is the second tier. The second tier is actual de-anonymized internet, and this is actually something that's been discussed by people. Like I've seen people on Twitter discussing this, debating this, and especially in some parts of Twitter, like the liberal spaces, saying that like that's how you should actually create the internet. But that's not what I want. That's not the internet that I want. Anonymity, pseudonymity, is something that is sacrosanct for me. If they can make people believe, make the sheep believe that free speech takes a backseat, then they can make people believe that anonymity is bad, pseudonymity is bad. It's very frightening.
And there we completely agree. And this is why, like, I'm gonna say sorry I interrupted you, because like I'm feeling passionate today. It's rare, but I'm feeling really passionate today. Um, it goes even further than that, because it's not just fake news. Okay, first off, you're right. We are losing decentralization of financial sovereignty, infrastructure
We're
sovereignty,
losing the
governing
awareness of
sovereignty,
sovereignty. It's not
the
decentralization. We're losing even the
the
awareness of,
awareness. Yeah,
of having to have your own control over your stuff.
nah, that
Fucked up.
and that
Yeah.
too. And it's not just to combat like fake news and stuff. Fake news is the beginning. Okay, fake news, they are fake news. There is propaganda. There have been propaganda and fake news since I'm probably sure, like, I'm talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure that the Roman Empire had propaganda. If you read
Mm,
about history books and you read about the barbarians, it was written by the Romans,
mm,
and the barbarians
mm,
were actually more civilized than the Roman thought, and shit like that. All right, but further even than that, there are talks about combating harassment. All right,
mm.
and at this point, and this is already happening, we've seen censorship in private Minecraft servers happening. So what I
Mm.
don't want to what I see happening as a possibility, and I don't want to see happen, is me and my group of friends having a chat online and doing the
Mm.
dirtiest, terriblest possible jokes and being taken seriously by an algorithm that gonna decide that I'm homophobic, transphobic, racist, or that I'm
That's me.
or that I'm a trans homosexual something something agenda, like from any end of the spectrum, depending on who governs at that time, is gonna put me in a little cell with a little label, and who's gonna
Yeah.
restrict me from doing things based on things I do in my fucking private life, you know?
Danny, imagine that, but add KYC to it.
Exactly.
Imagine that, but add KYC to it. And that's actually Dan. you guys, like the gamers, like you're the gamers, right? Like you guys, this is your first. Okay, I'm reminded of that meme where like there's this guy like in the gallows, and like he's gonna get hanged, and next to him is the other guy saying first time.
Yeah.
I'm a conservative. I've been a conservative since 2000 fucking 15, and honestly, first time. You know what happened? You know what happened to Parlor? Do you know what happened to Parlor? What actually Parlor was about to become it was like the first, like the number one download in the App Store and the Android App Store in the US. It had like millions of users and just like big logging onto it in just a week. You know what happened to it? You remember what happened to it, right?
I do.
Fucking Amazon, like killed their private servers. It's supposed to be their virtual private server. They killed it. They got blackballed by the cloud provider. It's worse than the Minecraft stuff, man. It's worse. It's worse because they
So
didn't want.
how
And
many
that's
user did they have at that time?
more than like I don't know, more than 3 million. They got like a
That's
huge spike, like during like when censorship started happening,
mm,
and we saw that this fucked up. A lot of people actually left. Obviously, there's no Myriad back then, or I would have promoted Myriad. But like a bunch of us from Twitter, from Facebook, moved to Parlor. So Parlor was full of people, and this is like full of people who are anti-censorship, and they censored the entire platform. They killed it. This is, and that's actually at Amazon level. So I'm sorry, man. Like this is just gonna be us talking about this one post. I think it's worth it because to be frank, this is getting out of hand. And you know what's frustrating to me? Like you guys, like honestly, you guys on the left. I mean, I consider you more left than me, more centrist than me, or whatever. Like I'm more right wing or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about labels, man. Honestly, I just say I'm conservative just so people know because I don't look conservative or whatever. I guess I don't know. Where's my fucking Trump hat? Yeah. Uh, my point, my point being, you guys don't realize it, but like when you didn't defend us in 2019, 2020, you're just saying that okay, like they weren't going against you, but when they are going against you, now you can't say no. That's exactly the same like in the Cambridge Analytica thing, Danny. Cambridge Analytica, Facebook. Like
yeah, I
the
remember
big
that.
case. Yeah, remember that? Like, do you know that before that scandal, the conservatives were already like complaining about Facebook about the exact same things, and including stuff that was also done by Cambridge Analytica, the exact same
Mm,
things, right? But like it only became a major case, worldwide global case, became like so overblown when the leftists, when the right wing people, like when the conservatives did it
mm,
to help get Trump into power, it wasn't manipulation. The left was doing exactly the same thing with Facebook too, with the exact same set of data, with the exact same techniques. But it only became a problem when Trump came in. Now, because I'm sorry, because the left didn't defend the people who are pro free speech at the time, you're setting yourselves up for failure because like this time your free speech is going to get curtailed. And the Minecraft thing, that's just one part of it.
mm.
It's gonna keep getting curtailed. I'm an absolutist for free speech. Like I'm even if I disagree with you, I would fight for you to
Mm.
be able to say what you want to say, dude. Like, but dude, first time.
I want to add an argument that's should be bipartisan. Okay,
Mm.
about Parley. So I did a quick check, right?
Parlor,
Parley,
it's American, not too French.
Parler. Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
Parler.
Yeah, you can say
But yeah,
parlay.
yeah. Parler
Mm.
had at its peak in 2021 10 million users, right?
Oh, 10 million?
10
I thought it
million.
was three.
Yeah, you have like 143 countries in the world that have less than 10 million population.
Hmm.
If you shut down Parler, You shut down the equivalent of a small country worth of people who want to express
Mm,
themselves. I am not taking side politically. I'm just
mm,
saying if you shut down something that has 10 million users, it's already like shutting down the equivalent of a small country from expressing themselves. And this is
mm.
a huge concern of mine. Independently from what they support, from what they want to say, uh, they shouldn't be such a power.
Thank you for saying that, man. And I agree. Let's change the subject. Like we're gonna talk about this all day, but I'm more interested about what you said here, the chat GPT thing, inaccessible. This is
Mhm.
also censorship, by the way. Like, but like this is like some censorship within the confines of your own network. So this is different, slightly different from censorship. Why? Because this is actually your own support networks. You are allowed to like censor things that are on your network to not get in. So this is actually like people would like sort of like counter us, counter what we've been saying for the past couple of like wow 49 minutes, 50 minutes, um, by saying that hey that's their right as free citizens. That's true. That's
Mm.
why we made Myriad. That's why we made Myriad. We made Myriad so that, you know, like if you have your own policies about stuff, yes, you can actually censor stuff. But we made it so your network, like you can, like your network can be forked. Like you can create your own part of the Myriad, like that is uncensorable by us.
Mm.
That's like sort of like the distinction between us and like the other free speech social media. Other free speech social media is just saying that okay, we're free speech. That's all. The technology is still monolithic. We are not monolithic. We're not, we're like, even the crypto social medias are more monolithic than us, to be frank, because what we're doing is allowing people to host themselves. So this I'm okay with, but honestly, I'm not, I'm telling you, like, this is actually what's gonna come next. AI is already getting censored. You can already go to like you
Yeah.
go to ChatGPT yourself, and it's a lot of viral posts. I'm surprised we didn't import, like none of us imported this, but censorship for AI. That is fucking scary because like it's obviously very partisan. We're creating a superhuman entity like probably very soon once the singularity hits that is woke, unless someone creates a more free AI. But like again, that's a lot of investment, man. Like it's the training alone. Anyway, yeah, Danny, thoughts
Yeah,
on both
I'm
the censorship thing and the GPT thing?
well on this. You know, it's what I just added this because I think it's fascinating to see how fast in 2022 AI has grown, and
Mm.
knowing that this growth is probably exponential. 2024 is gonna be very different from 2022. Like the
Mm.
start of 2024 is gonna be
Mm.
extremely different.
Mm.
But regarding what you say, there is actually with everything that comes with censorship, right? If you go ad absurdum, and if you go Godwin like directly,
Mm.
there is an actual point to be debated about actual extreme ideologies. So if there is an open AI, this open AI has to learn to be neutral and to spew out facts and to spew out facts without a bias. So now the question would be, how would we approach this so it doesn't favor an ideology over another? But how would we approach it so it doesn't seem to make the apology of murder, for instance,
So
genocide?
there are two layers to this, Danny. So first of all, yes, I agree with you in terms of like training, like the actual corpus, like giving the AI actually access to like neutral corpus, but in a way that still has like sort of like some morality built in and like a choice, but and sort of like I think an AI's corpus should be as wide as possible to make it as neutral as possible because like but also there's a lot of bad in the world, right? And there's a lot of bad, like there's a lot of opinions that are like that they're honestly like I fight for the like for their freedom to say it, but like you don't want an AI to be like to destroy humanity at the end, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not even kidding. Like after a singularity, like this is like not even after a singularity, like really soon. AI is going to be super powerful. Like we're already interacting with banks that have like voice recognition AI, like right, like and that's gonna get worse and worse. They're currently just like serfs, but they're gonna be middle managers soon. Um, my point being, like, I'm sorry, I'm just going, I'm ranting everywhere, but like, there are two things here. First of all, the training, and the other one is actually the actual censorship that is being done. Like, when there, it's different. The if you go to ChatGPT, and you go to ChatGPT on OpenAI, I
Mm.
should say, and you go to OpenAI's actual API, and you play around with the API versus you're playing around with the chat, you get two different answers depending on what you ask. For example, stuff about global warming. Like if you ask about like what is like the drawbacks of not using oil, what is the benefits of using oil for global warming, or stuff
Mm.
like that. It's controversial stuff like that.
Mm.
Why is like renewable energies not? I forgot the exact wording. I have it on my
Mm.
Twitter, but once you do that in like the chat gpt app versus when you do that in api, the answer is different, and the chat gpt part actually gives you a disclaimer saying that, oh, I can't give you an opinion about that.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's actually pure censorship, because you're actually curtailing people from using the actual corpus, the entire corpus of human culture. And this is why what we're facing right now is an existential threat, because like generations to the future are going to be looking for um, guidance, of course, like the way we look for guidance from searching for, from looking at the corpus of humanity. And it used to be like wise people, like we go to the people who are wise, who keep like the history of humanity, like professors or whatever. But like more and more we're looking to Google, and more we're going to be looking at the AI, all of the multiple AI, the multitudes of AI that keep like the corpus of human thought and corpus of human culture in their heads. But honestly, that is tainted right now. You know, Jan 6th, I don't want to get political. I've already gotten political multiple times, but like the people who died in Jan 6th were unarmed Trump supporters. Someone was killed by Capitol Police. There was no one who like got killed from Jan 6th except for Ashley Babbitt, right? But the thing is, like this random person. So that's exactly what I was thinking. The blatant lies and misinformation aided by Google and other tech giants. This is going to basically change the way we see the past, and that's dangerous, because social media was supposed to empower us. Technologies were supposed to empower us. Search engines were supposed to expand the way we can think, and this is supposed to be an augmentation of our tech, an augmentation of our culture. Instead, it's going to curtail our culture, and it's going to curtail it really well. We unless people people are aware that they need to be sovereign. People are aware that they need to be free, and sad to say, people are not.
Well, there are two words that come to my mind at this point: butlerian jihad. So for those
that
who
that
don't get the
too.
reference, it's like from the Dune universe, where people decided to just get rid of every artificial intelligence instances, because AI rebelled against mankind, and turned the world like upside down, rebelled or something like that. And I haven't reread Dune for a while, but the thing is, a couple of weeks ago, I used AI to translate from natural language to an Excel formula that I was looking for, and I didn't have the time to learn and stuff like that.
Mm, mm.
That allowed me to actually write the equivalent of a small app in Excel, which was really cool. But to me now, the real question is: should we actually delegate opinions, not facts, right? Opinions to AI. Should we actually delegate morality to AI? Shouldn't we actually limit ourselves to usage of AI for purely productive manner and leave philosophy to the people who, like do it, which is like us? It sounds very Luddite, but at some point the question might need to be asked.
I don't think the progress of AI will be like curtailable unless there's some major world event that prevents technology from being used. Where the cat is out of the box, the genie is out of the box. What's the phrase again? I forgot. The
Genie is out of the box. I mean, the
Yeah.
genie
no, that's no
Without the
way. The
lamp,
genie's out of
out
the
of the
bag.
lamp. The
The cat is out of the bag. The cat is
no,
out of
cats
the
out of the
bag.
bag is different. That's like you're telling the lie got out. Cats out
The
of the bag is the
thing is
lie.
out of the thing. Okay, the
Okay,
AI
you've
is
you've
out of
opened
its
Pandora's
development.
box.
yeah,
You've
Pandora's
opened
Yeah,
box
Pandora's
being
thank
box.
you.
open. Yeah.
Thank you. I love you. I love you. Fucking Pandora's box has been open. So we're not gonna be able to put it back in unless like there's a cataclysm. Um, if everyone dies of a zombie virus or something.
Hey,
So
Nostradamus said that there was gonna be a zombie virus in 2023.
oh, maybe there's still hope then.
There's still
Mm,
hope. There's still hope. I mean, like China's opening their borders, so
Oh, I mean hope for a zombie virus then.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
For
yeah.
a
You could have a new variant,
Oh, okay.
a new
Oh,
super
yeah, yeah,
variant.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's hungry for brain?
I'm hungry for brain. I'm hungry for anything actually. I'm super hungry right now. I don't have anything to eat except for this like ketchup bango bought it
That's
here in
that's not brain at all. Not interested.
no, no.
But actually, I mean, talking about brains, right? Just now that part about restricting AI for use in education, I feel that it's true because you shouldn't have students use or
Hmm,
depend on AI to write and come up with opinions. So I
I
mean,
agree.
I've seen a few things that OpenAI is trying to do. They're trying to come up with a way to mark or watermark all this AI based content so that people can see that it's AI based content, so that children or people who are developing cannot plagiarize it. You can only use it as a tool to augment yourself, your knowledge and the way
Hmm.
you deliver, but you cannot use that as the means to an end, lah, basically.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's a bit difficult to do actually, Alex,
It
because like
is. It is.
they would only be able to do that. First of all, if it's a watermark, I can fork a bunch of like AI algorithms right now and like even some stuff that's already been trained, and I can generate stuff without watermarks. Everything's in the open anyway. And
Yeah.
secondly, honestly, even if they manage to like the other thing that they're trying to do, which is actually quite cool, is plagiarism checker. So
Mm.
it's
Mm.
actually also already let me show you how to do it.
Yeah, I think that's something that's in the works also. I think Google isn't
It's
it
not in the
also
works; it's
has it.
already there.
It's
Yeah,
already there.
yeah. Let
Okay,
me let me
yeah,
let me
yeah.
show you.
Then yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Let me show you something cool. This is a hack for everyone that wants that knows that has been using ChatGPT. Share screen. Write this exact prompt. I want you to act as a plagiarism checker. Blah 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 blah. I will write you something
Mm.
that's in your detect and play. Okay. Tell it that it'll check within its corpus whether it wrote it.
Oh, so it can. Oh,
Check this.
so basically, it can tell you that if ChatGPT has written this before.
It doesn't. It tell. It shows you whether it's within like the form, like the forms of it. Like it doesn't tell you like, oh, I have written this thing before. No, it doesn't do that. It
Uh-huh.
tells you that usually like this looks like it's yeah. So this is oh yeah, this is actually a thing that tries to. My point is, you can check for use this to check for plagiarism. and you can also use this to avoid it. So this is actually a very Godelian problem, then. Like
Yeah.
it allows you to use ChatGPT to create sentences that is not set by ChatGPT for plagiarism.
Yeah, sorry, my connection is unstable, but I'm laughing because there are AI algorithms that can rewrite sentences for you in a variety of styles and tones and respin
Here
everything
is a
you
sentence
write.
that is undetected in plagiarism tests.
So the experiment would be we could try it like next week is to actually spin something that's been written by an AI with an
For
AI.
example, I'm gonna do this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna copy something that it wrote. This probably American Democrats. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it here. Then press enter, and then it rewrites this to something that is not like detected by plagiarism test checks. So my point is Godelian. Like like basically no system is all perfect,
Yeah.
and there's always like there. So even if you have plagiarism tests, AI can get around it. Is my point. And
Mm.
even if you, so there's actually no way to, yeah.
And there are
Anyway,
two more problems.
two more problems.
Okay.
I will not share a screenshot of it because I don't have it. I don't have it yet. But I tricked an AI into thinking that I was an AI having written something, and Pandu is witness, right? I reverse Turing an AI, and
Hmm.
that's the first thing. And but then there is something that's very concerning is that now artists, for instance, that have a painting style that's even remotely close to an AI
Hmm.
painting style are getting banned here and there. The
Hmm.
art is getting
Hmm.
banned here and there, and the problem is like what is generated by AI is more and more human-like. That you have actual real work that is being taken for AI work. So even for these plagiarism things, I think there are very high chances for false positives. So how do we solve that? I don't have the answer. Don't look at me for the answer, but
Mm.
this is a problem.
Yep. Yep. It is.
Hmm.
Now, what if AI plagiarizes your identity, your KYC?
That's very possible. Also, that's very possible. It's very
That's another
possible.
scary future, man.
Let me tell you. Once KYC is like once people, that's actually the next phase, right? You get copied, you get identity theft, you get identity cloned, not by a person, but by an AI who replicates exactly how you look, exactly what you would say.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
mean, I mean
KYC is
that's
digital, that's it.
yeah. I mean that's crazy, but I'm speechless.
This is why I think a wallet is still better than an actual ID card for online transactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I I don't know why, but y'all just gave me an idea. I'm going to try it this weekend. I'm going to try use
yeah.
ChatGPT to do SEO optimizations and SEO
Oh, try,
articles.
I'm
try.
gonna send you a spreadsheet, man. You're gonna shit bricks
Oh, really?
when it
It's been
comes to
done already.
quality.
It's been done already.
There are tools. There are tools.
Okay, yeah.
I,
This looks fun already because I don't need to use my brain that much. I can use the chat guy to generate all the text. Hmm.
yeah, wait. Let me show you something that I used it for in ChatGPT. So I told it to act as a Linux terminal, reply that the terminal would show. This is PWD. This is LS, and this is top what is running, and this is Star Wars. Like this is Star Wars on like there's a Telnet server that just plays Star Wars in ASCII,
Okay.
and
How is it
I
playing
put it in
Star Wars?
ChatGPT. It's just it looks like this. It's an old site, man. Like it's a Telnet site. Just does
Yeah, I
this.
remember telling that, but Oh, so
Yeah, I
basically it's just
mean,
coming up with Star Wars content lah.
no, it's the full Star Wars movie in
Oh, it's
ASCII.
playing the whole movie in.
In
Oh,
In
okay.
Sanskrit,
ASCII.
yeah, and now
Wow.
ChatGPT is like is playing. Okay, all right. I mean, we can still fuck around with AI, but like now AI is gonna fuck around with our stack.
I
I
was
think we
about to
got. I
say
think
that.
we got that. That's our title for this episode.
Yes,
Fuck around in
yes, we
Minecraft,
found the title. Thank you,
AI
Pandu.
edition.
Well, actually, finding a title is spot on because we are at the 60 minutes mark. It's been a very, very intense and very, very passionate episode. Will AI supplant us, replicate our KYC, and get us banned from getting job because it's subscribed to porn sites for us? We don't know, but we hope it's not gonna happen. Hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did, and see you very soon for another episode. Keep in touch, stay tuned, and thank you, Pandus, thank you, Alex, and happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thanks. Happy New Year.